Welcome to Speaking Part 2. Let's have a look at this task in a bit more detail. In this part, you'll be given a topic to speak about for 1 to 2 minutes with a series of points to talk about. You'll have 1 minute to plan and a pencil and some paper to help you make notes. Oh, that's good. I like to have a plan. You mean you can't just come out with higher level grammar and vocabulary? Not everyone can be as erudite as you. What does that mean? Actually, what does that mean? Showing great knowledge, like I am trying to do here. Would you two shush? Go, have a sit. Speaking Part 2 only requires one long answer. It will not be connected to the points you previously spoke about in Part 1. Your answer should cover all the points on the task given to you. First of all, it's a good idea to listen carefully to the task, read the description carefully, and start thinking as soon as the paper is handed to you. It's a good idea to use the task as a checklist to work through as you talk to make sure you cover all of the points in it. Similarly, brainstorming some vocabulary to help you get a higher score in the task beforehand will help. After a minute, the examiner will ask you to speak, and they will sit and listen to you before stopping you, and probably ask you a follow-up question about what you said. So, what's our task then? You're going to talk about a website that helps you in your work or studies, but before we do that, let's talk about some problems people have with the task in general. Make sure you cover all the points on the task given to you, otherwise this will affect the score for fluency and coherence. We're going to talk about that later. You can do this using the checklist idea mentioned previously. If you do not have a natural sense of timing and cannot round off naturally, then keep talking until you are stopped. If you finish early, continue to talk about the subject on the task itself. This is an opportunity to produce higher level structures and vocabulary, as there is now less focus on the points on the task and more focus on what you can do. So I can show off. Try and stop you. But yes, if you stick to the topic, which reminds me, whatever you do, do not talk about anything other than what's on the task. If you are asked to speak about something important to you, only speak about this. Do not speak about why it might be important to other people. But I can plan a lot in the minute, and then I'll always stick to what I have to talk about. Yes, but be careful. You can accidentally overthink the task and plan to say a lot about each point using lots of very high-level lexis and grammar. This is risky because you may not have enough time to mention everything. Try to aim for one piece of advanced grammar and one piece of advanced vocabulary for each point, and this will help you regulate what you say. Okay, but what if I don't have enough to say? Roll it. Not being able to speak at length is actually a common problem. The only way to practice speaking at length is to just speak at length. There are lots of ways you can do this, but in my opinion, the easiest is by signing up to the practical part of this course, actually, if you haven't already. You can also do this with a teacher, some helpful friends, or by yourself using the video recorder on your phone. Don't do this with just the voice recorder or you won't get the full benefit. Try not to be embarrassed. No one else is going to see the videos and everyone wants you to succeed. Whatever approach you take, make sure you do it often and regularly. Imagine going to the gym and expecting to develop muscles after a few days. That would be crazy. The same is true for speaking. Make sure you practice, and practice a lot. Remember, the examiner may ask a follow-up question. This is not a request for another 2-minute presentation. Go back to the idea for part 1. Give an answer and an example, and then move on. Do not waste time when planning by writing things that are already written on the task paper. You cannot take the paper with you when you leave, and you have the information in front of you, so do not needlessly rewrite what is already written there. Similarly, try not to include words from the task in your answer, and paraphrase them effectively. Now let's see how both Rorys get on with the task, and we will look at how they are assessed later in the course. All right, people, line up. I use Google for everything in the work and in free time. It's helpful because you can do everything with it. And you can You can do everything with it. And you can find different things on it. If I didn't have this, then I would not know what to do. It would be very difficult, I think. Is the time finished yet? A website that I use quite often for my work is called Moodle. It's part of, I think, what people would best describe as a learning management system. This means that you can record different kinds of information on it, like student results and different kinds of information which are useful for students themselves. However, because I'm a teacher, I actually use it for teaching things. So in this case, I use it for storing things like, well, textbooks and course books. And we have a lot of audio material on there as well. So it's a very flexible and versatile resource. I really like it. If I had to talk about how regularly I use this thing, it's probably at least once or twice a day, because if it's not me using it, then it's other people who are making requests for information which is on it, so I can download the materials they need and then send it to them. It's really cool that we can do this. I love the idea of having a portable platform. I can use it at home, or I can use it on a laptop, or I can even use it on my phone in class. So if I have like an emergency, or maybe the CDs at the school aren't working, then I can use it quite nicely here. I'm not really sure if there's a great deal of information on it outside of the education context. It is a learning management system after all. But I know for a fact that if it didn't exist, then my job would become so much more difficult to do. It's really important that we have access to all of the materials that, well, we need for our kind of work here. Although, I guess if it didn't exist, then we could compensate somehow, maybe by sending files to ourselves from some kind of central database, but that would be very complicated and not terribly convenient for me. So it's kind of good that I have this thing. And like I say, I'm really happy with it. Now we move from short through long answers to a compromise area. Part 3, the discussion. What are we discussing? The internet and social media. Great. Yes, what could possibly go wrong?